welcome everybody to Wild Horse Broadcasting as we kick off March Madness here at the TI Racing League. It's the Gen 4s. As the top 16 in points will be going head-to-head in a single elimination tournament to the crown a champion. Right there is a look at your number 1 seed. Sporting some St. Paddy's Day colors. The 8 car, Cali Ether. Right in front of him, also sporting a little bit of green. The 37, Casey Carrington. Steve Melnick, 1 car. Sharp looking crispy green ride there. They going fast, hitting the anchor. So let's go over the matchups for tonight. For the opening round, as you see, we'll start here tonight, Texas. Next week, Watkins Glen. Then Talladega, with the final being held there at Charlotte. The number 1 seed, the Cali Ether, against Nick Uricchio in the 16th seed. Daniel Giroux versus Eric Harrison in the 9-8 seed. It's always a toss-up. 5-12, Mitchell Mark against Dalton Wilson. That's usually the upset right there, the 12 over the 5. Jacob Gibson against Craig Martin. Dylan Rosenberg, the number 3 seed, against John Russo. Steve Melnick, as we just seen him in that Krispy Kreme car. He's an 11 seed against Logan Hamilton. Casey Carrington, last week's winner. And as you've seen, he also had a run-in with this guy, the 111 of Chris Lewis. It's funny how that ends up. And finally, the 15 seed, Steven Johnson against the 7 car of Josh Dunn. I feel like that Dylan Rosenberg, I see him making a run to the finals. It's hard to go against Kyle. But then crazy stuff always seems to happen. So tonight's race is going to be interesting, especially checking out these matchups. Right now, fast practice, Steven Johnson, Craig Martin, Josh Dunn, Daniel Giroux, and John Russo, your top 5. So right now, Steven Johnson, who is the 15th seed, he is the fastest in practice. He might be the Cinderella story. Here's a look at Dalton Wilson, as he'll be facing the 82 of Mitchell Mark. That'll be a matchup to keep your eyes on. John Russo, 14th seed. He'll be going up against the 91 Dylan Rosenberg tonight. The 59 versus the 91. And once again, you have Chris Lewis taking on last week's winner, Casey Carrington. We got about another 90 seconds left here of practice. Hopefully you're celebrating St. Paddy's Day. If you are, go and grab yourself another one so you get ready for qualifying. All right, qualifying about ready to take off. Right along, so they're going fast as he makes his qualifying run. Nick here will be taking on the #1 seed of Cal Ether tonight. Nick right now sitting third for 28,808. Oh, and your #1 seed smacks the wall in his qualifying lap. Cal's gonna reset and try again. Steven Johnson, top of the leaderboard, 28,610. Next to him be Jacob Gibson for 622. Logan Hamilton third. Casey Carrington to the top of the leaderboard. Quick time for Casey Carrington with a 511. Cal with a less than stellar qualifying lap puts him 16th, which he's lucky he will be 17th. Now he will be starting a few rows behind the 36 and Nick Uricchio. 23 of Ryan Whitaker out here, and he gets the piece of the wall. Chris Lewis working on his second lap there. Gets a little bit of the apron. Right now he's sitting in 19th. That's Casey Carrington, his opponent. He's sitting on pole. Chris Lewis improves from 19th to 11th. So right now, looking at this matchup, you got Cal Ether starting 18th. Nick starting 15th. Daniel Giroux starting 4th. His opponent, Eric Garrison, will be starting 14th. Mitchell Mark starting 7th against Dalton Wilson, who will be starting 22nd. Ooh, that's going to be hard for the upset there. Jacob Gibson starting 3rd. Craig Martin Where'd Craig land up? 9th. Qualified 9th. Dylan Rosenberg starting 16th. John Russo, where qualify? 10th. Melnick with a good lap, qualified 8th. As Logan Hamilton starting 5th, so that's going to be a good matchup tonight. Casey Carrington on pole, like we said, against Chris Lewis, who's qualified 11th. Steven Johnson is outside pole, taking on Josh Dunn. And Josh will be starting 12th. But we'll go over the actual lineup. Just wanted to give a little look at the matchups there. Starting on pole, the 37, Casey Carrington. Outside him, Steven Johnson. Second row be Jacob Gibson, Daniel Giroux on the outside. Logan Hamilton and Dylan McClain make up your row number 3. Row number 4, Mitchell Marks, Steve Melnick. Row number 5, Craig Martin, John Russo. Row number 6, 111, Chris Lewis and Josh Dunn. Ryan Whitaker and Eric Garrison make up the next row, followed by Nicky Riccio and Dylan Rosenberg. The 8th, Kyle Ether, Sean McClain. Followed by Brandon Newton, Kyle Manos, Quinn McClain, Dalton Wilson, row number 11. Round out the field, Dallas Childers. $80 laps tonight, Texas. Green flag is out. Casey Carrington taking him down, turn number 1. Jake's looking to make up some ground there on the inside. Dylan McClain looks like they got a piece of the wall ready with 3 wide back here. Craig Martin. Josh Dunn, Gus Lowe. Chris makes a pass underneath Craig. Chris up to 9th. Josh trying to follow through. Oh, we got action there in the back. Sean McClain into the wall. No yellow. Steven Johnson is able to get out front. Yellow flag, yellow flag. Looks like Melnick got loose. Caught Mitchell Mark there. Ryan took a big shot there to the inside wall. Chris Lewis with some good driving there to make it through. That's a great idea, Jace. I love that. Be able to create that. Right now, Steven Johnson out front, followed by Jacob Gibson, Logan Hamilton, Dylan McLean, Chris Lewis, your top 5. Considering that it's not going to be mixed in with the iRacing lifetime, and that's going to be hard to actually sync up with any type of SDK. And I don't have a production team working behind me. It'd be awesome if I did that. Fast Stevie J takes off. In the TI Racing League, as soon as the pace car is off the track, you're able to fire off. They don't wait for the restart time. Last week's winner, Casey Carrington, sitting in 6th spot. Up there at the 3rd spot at the 111. Chris Lewis, that's who he's facing tonight. Casey looking on the outside, Dylan McLean. Casey, the only car on the high side there. Chris staying right behind Logan, looking low. Chris is trying to make his way up to the 2nd spot right now. don't know what's gotten to Chris Lewis tonight, but all of a sudden he's showing up to drive. He's hoping the glass slipper fits him, so he could be the Cinderella of the story. Look back from the 9 car is Stevie Johnson. Here's a look at your number 1 seed, Kyle Ether. He's taking on the 36, Nick Urichia, who's sitting down in 17th. Dylan McLean there looking for 3rd underneath Jake. Casey Carrington looking underneath Chris Lewis there. That's a battle for 3rd. This is hanging right there on the right rear. See Jake's making a move there for the lead. Him and Stevie are both running the high line. Then Jake turned down low, trying to make his way up to the front. Jake's able to make his way for the 1st place. Able to make his way past the 9. 9's looking low. While these two are battling, that's leaving at 98. Casey Carrington make his way up there. Jacob Gibson right now, he'd be the 13th seed. He's taking on Craig Martin. Craig sitting back in 7th. Nine car dropping hard. Must got a piece of the wall back there. Chris Lewis coming in the pit. Or maybe Stevie's just trying to make room to jump down. There's a look at 91, Rosenberg. He's your third seed. He's taking on the 14th seed, the 59, John Russo, who's on pit lane right now. Riding on board with last week's winner, Casey Carrington. Time for the Selena 52 truck stop. Hog crankers crank it up. Right there's your leader coming off pit road, Kyle Ether. Case is coming across the start finish line right now. He's definitely going to have the momentum to pass Kyle. Kyle must have missed his pit stall, because he's coming back in again. Oh, that's going to be costly. The number 1 seed. Casey Carrington out front. 2-second lead over second place of Logan Hamilton, followed by Jake Gibson, Daniel Giroux, and Dylan Rosenberg. Your top 5. Callie Ether having major troubles in the pit stalls tonight. Oh man, he might be 1-2 laps down after all this is said and done. That's a 36 car, legal and fast, Nick Iruccio. All he has to do is not screw this up, and he's going to take down the number 1 seed. Brackets will be busted already tonight. Casey Carrington out front, over 2.5 second lead over the 49 of Jacob Gibson, as he has Logan Hamilton right on his back bumper, looking to get by him for second spot. Here's a look at Dallas Childers right now, the first car lap down. Melnick into the wall there, off the 2. Chris Lewis right now running 8th spot, as the person he's taking on is walking away from the field. Chris has to feel helpless right now as Casey Carrington's just starting to walk away like he did last week. Almost halfway in this race. We got 80 laps. Just completed lap 32. We're on lap 33. Josh Sutton getting by Daniel Giroux. Greg Martin's making his way into the picture there in the 22 car. Logan right now is closing that gap a little bit. Was over 2.5 seconds. Now it's down to 2.3. Last lap, Carrington ran a 39.09. The Hamilton's 31.088. Hamilton 4/10 faster than Carrington that last lap. He's got the gap down to 2.1. Nick right now, he's sitting 13th. As the number 1 seed, Kyle, is 18th. 2 laps down. Make that 17th. Just got to make clean pit stops from here on out. We're halfway, 40 down, 40 to go. Casey Carrington out front in that beautiful Timberwolf car. Gap is open back up, almost 3 seconds. Logan Hamilton making his way down pit road. Everybody getting loose off of 2 there. Here comes your race leader in the pit road. Giving the lead to the 3rd seed, the 91, Dylan Rosenberg. Here's a look at the 7 car, Josh Dunn. As Craig, Mitchell, and Daniel is all pitted right now. Putting Dallas Childers up to the top 3. Look at this. Do you believe in miracles, folks? This is my pick for the TI-NIT. Dylan and Josh both down pit road. On pit lane. Here comes Casey out of 4 to take the lead. Casey Carrington in 2nd. As Dallas Pitts giving up the lead. Casey's back out front. Chris Lewis is sitting 5th. He's making some more way, but he's still got a lot of ground to catch up. 10.2 seconds behind race leader Casey Carrington and his opponent in the TI March Madness bracket. just sitting here looking at the number 1 seed versus 16 seed. Nick's a lap down right now. He's no longer going to have the free pass. He's giving up some time to Kyle. We got 30 laps to go. Right now, Nick is upsetting the number 1 seed. Kyle is driving the wheels off that thing. There's a look at Casey Carrington out front by 2.8 seconds over Logan Hamilton in 27, followed by Jacob Gibson in 49. As you see Kyle Ethers make his way through there. Ryan Whitaker is eating the wall there. John Russo on the pit road. There's a look at the 91 car, Dylan Rosenberg sitting 4th. Dylan's 4th, and the man he's run, John Russo, is sitting on pit roads, 17th. Nick's back up that lucky dog spot. There's a look at Mitchell Mark, who's taking on Dalton Wilson. This Mitchell's running 12th, and Dalton Wilson, he's way down here in 22nd spot. Pretty good battle going on right now. It's Jacob Gibson, Craig Martin. You got Jake running 3rd, Craig's running 6th. All right, here's a matchup. This is the third, no, this is a 9-8 matchup. Go figure. Running 9-8 on the track. In 9th, you have Eric Harrison. 8th, you have Daniel Giroux. Casey Carrington now has a 3.6 second lead. We're on board with Kyle Ethers, who's trying to get a lap back the hard way. Steve Johnson making his way to the pit lane, possibly for the final time tonight. Jake Gibson has dropped down. Logan getting by the 36. .20 laps to go. Casey Carrington out front, followed by Logan Hamilton. 4.8 seconds back. Then you have third place, Dylan Rosenberg. On the fourth spot, you got the 7 car, Josh Dunn there on the inside. It's in fifth, 13.7 seconds back from your leader. You got Craig Martin, 22. Casey Carrington making his way into the pits. Dylan Rosenberg taking over for the lead. Nick Riccio runs 6th. He's coming into pit lane. Him and the leader, Dylan Rosenberg. Josh Dunn making his way into the pit road as well. Casey Carrington back out front, 17 laps to go. Over second place is Josh Dunn. Make that to 49, Jake Gibson. As you see Josh Dunn just coming off pit lane there. Time for our final Selena 52 truck stop. Hog crankers, crank it up. Casey Carrington out front by 2.9 seconds over 27, Logan Hamilton. Followed by 49, Jacob Gibson, 91, Dylan Rosenberg in the 7, Joshua Dunn. We have 10 laps to go. Looks like the 8 of Kyle Ether will be going down tonight as he's running 13th. Almost a full lap down to 36 of Nick, who's running in 11th. Right now, Casey Carrington out front. 2.8 seconds over Logan Hamilton. Seven laps to go. Five laps to go for Casey Carrington. He's still holding tight at 2.5 plus seconds lead over second place, Logan Hamilton. As Kyle gets one of his laps back, but too little, too late. Looking second place, Logan Hamilton. All by himself. Versus 49, Jacob Gibson. Oh man, Jake coming in. Did not see that one happening. Casey Carrington coming to the white flag. That's going to move Rosenberg up to third. Casey Carrington bringing it home back-to-back weeks. That's going to eliminate Chris Lewis from the first round. We have Logan Hamilton in second spot, followed by the 91 and Dylan Rosenberg. Craig Martin bringing it home. Fourth spot. Josh Dunn with the top 5. That's going to be good for the points day. As he was taking on Steven Johnson. So Josh Dunn's going to move on. Daniel Giroux's 6th. Eric Garrison 7th. Daniel Giroux's going to actually move on in that matchup between him and Eric. Chris Lewis 8th. Good run for Chris, but just not good enough to move on. Jake had to pit there late. Finishes 9th. And finishing 10th. Nick Uricchio. Cinderella man himself. The 16th seed. Taking out number 1 seed Cali Ether. Mitchell Mark finishes 11th. Cali Ether 12th. Dylan McLean 13th. Dallas Childers 14th. Steve Melnick 15th. Stevie Johnson 16th. Brandon Newton 17th. John Russo 18th. Dalton Wilson 19th. Quinn McLean 20th. Cal Manos 21st. Kyle Whitaker 22nd. And Sean McLean rounding out the field 23rd. All right, let me go ahead and get Dylan Rosenberg up here for his interview.
Hello?
Dylan, you got a copy.
Oh, yes, sir. My obligatory post-race interview.
Yes, yes. Because you know if you don't make it here, I will talk shit on you for the rest of the season.
I would expect nothing less.
Unless you're like Casey, who somehow dodges the interview and now he's fired off 2 in a row. But we'll talk about that one later. But yeah, Dylan Rosenberg, the number 91 car, coming home 3rd place tonight. Good run.
Yeah, thanks, man. I was just, biding my time. I took fuel on the first pit stop. I'm surprised more guys didn't, because that pretty much put us in the window. And from there, it was just, just like last week, double stint the first set of tires, make it live, put some fuel in it, go like hell, run some quality laps, and doing it for Dale for a P3. We got 3 of the 5 cars on the podium, or I'm sorry, the top 5, and that's 4 of the 5 in the top 6. So it was a good night for showtime.
Yeah, it definitely was, and I'm just here looking right now. Let me see. You was up against John Russo.
Moving on, boy. Moving on.
Yeah, you definitely are moving on to the next round.
Yeah, we're going to go into the Glen. I guess I'm going up against Hamilton. I don't know if he's going to be there or not, so, I mean, if he is, we'll duke it out, and if not, I guess we go to Talladega. For the, guess that'd be the semifinal? Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, you are right. It'd be you versus Logan Hamilton next week at Watkins Glen.
Mm-hmm.
What's your outlook for road courses?
Oh, dude, I'm dog water at the road courses. I can keep it on the island, and that's about it. So, I don't know. We'll see. I've probably returned more laps at the Glen than anywhere else, so I don't know. I guess I should be competent. I usually torch the front tires off the thing though, so I guess we'll just have to stay tuned and find out. But you know, with the fuel cells that we run with in this league, like you only got to go so many laps on a tank, then you can come in and put some fresh ones on. So maybe it'll be a moot point.
I mean, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. If there's any road course I'm actually good at, it's Watkins Glen.
I'm not even good at Watkins Glen. It's just I've turned more laps there on, you know, between the like the PS2 NASCAR games and I put it on the Xbox. Done a lot of laps on Watkins Glen. Did some races here in leagues, and you know it's a fun track, but I'm just terrible at it, dude. But you know, I mean, we're moving on. We'll deal with that next week. I mean, I guess for now, like I said, 4 Showtime cars in the top 6. Like that's just about a clean sweep, brother.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that one at all.
Mm-mm.
All right, Dylan, go ahead and give a shout out to everybody.
Give a shout out to the boys at Showtime. Start with Stephen Melnick, Craig Martin, Casey Carrington, Daniel Giroux, and well, I guess myself, but it'd be awfully vain of me to give myself a shout out. So yeah, shout out to them guys and Lewis for bringing TI back, and we're doing the thing here on Monday nights. And yeah, man, that's about it.
Thank you. Once again, that's the number 91, Dylan Rosenberg. Second place, Logan Hamilton. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations on your runner-up finish tonight.
Thanks. It was a pretty decent, another boring race. Didn't really have much happen, but I'll definitely take second. Obviously, it sucks to be second again, but I'll take it considering where I felt like I was in practice, and I thought I was probably gonna run 10th. So I'll definitely take it. Gotta figure something out to go get Casey, but I'm disappointed I'll be missing next week, which would have been my best chance to win. But you know, it is what it is. We move on.
Oh, wait, so you're actually going to miss next week?
Yeah, I got track nationals this weekend, so I'll be missing. I won't be back, so I'll be missing sadly.
Well, good luck at track nationals.
Thank you. It'll be interesting. We'll see how we do. I'd be happy with a second place finish there for sure.
For sure, man. For sure. Well, that sucks. The advance in the tournament, but yet you're not going to be here next week.
Yeah, kind of just how it came up. I didn't realize I should have ran Daytona. I didn't realize I would be missing this race, so I would have ran Daytona and not had to use my drop week so early. But you know, it's all right. I'm really here for the team, here to get TI some points. I think tonight was a bit of a rough race for our team with Kyle having some trouble, but we'll be back hopefully. I don't know what race is after Watkins Glen, but hopefully go get a win at, looks like it's Talladega, so hopefully we can go get a win there and at Charlotte.
Well, that's definitely for sure. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to everybody, Logan?
Yeah, just shout out to all the TI, Chris, Kyle, Steven. Shout out to Casey whooping us all again this week. He's a really fun guy to race with and super clean, respectful, so I enjoy racing with all them. Thanks to everyone else for racing good tonight, and thanks to you for putting on a good show.
All right, right on. And like I said, good luck at States.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's your second place finisher, the 27 of Logan Hamilton. Casey, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Another week, another ass kicking.
Yeah, it was a little tougher there. Traffic was a lot harder to deal with today. Yeah, it was a little sketchy. You know, there was so much grip in the middle of the corner that even when somebody was on better tires or whatever, it was, took you a lap or so to clear. But got lucky with that caution early on. I dropped back at the very start to save fuel, and that was kind of a waste because we got a caution like lap 2. But came down, topped off, and pretty much just saved the whole rest of that run. And pretty much, I think, stayed a lap ahead of everybody that was up there with me because I think both of them stayed out. So um, pretty much at that point, it was just cruise, make sure I was hitting my fuel number, and like I said, manage the traffic and just manage the gap. Yeah, that 111 looked pretty fast at the start of the run, but he faded pretty quick. So, but yeah, other than that, like I said, it was mainly just timing your passes, making sure you're not burning your stuff up, and like I said, making sure you're hitting your fuel number.
What was the field number that you were trying to reach tonight?
One, whatever laps I needed to do to make it on that amount of pit stops plus 1. I just wanted to have one in the bank, and yeah, I mean, obviously Wogan said there I think he pitted a lap earlier or something, and was regretting that. So I think I had two point something laps left at the checkered flag there. So really in that final run, I was just trying to make sure I had enough in case we had a green white checkered, so I wouldn't have to come down pit road to top off. But it's hard to. I mean, when you've got a track like this where you're almost wide open on fresh tires, it's kind of hard to save fuel without losing a whole lot of time. So thankfully, I was able to really be good and fast, getting in and out of the pits, and had a decent lead every time I came out of the pits. Therefore, I didn't have to battle too hard or anything like that.
Well, Casey, you know the drill. Go ahead and give a shout out to everybody.
Shout out to you for doing the broadcast. Shout out to Lewis for putting the wig on. Shout out to everybody that advanced in the bracket. And shout out to my team, Showtime Racing. Craig, Daniel, Dylan, Steve, myself. And shout out to everybody watching the broadcast.
Yeah, just so you know, let's see. You, Daniel, Craig. Yeah, you guys have all advanced.
Steve didn't, but he had to go up against Logan there. So barring him running out of fuel or something, that was going to be a tough ask.
Yeah. Steve was the only one that didn't advance, but I mean, you guys definitely advanced the most to the next round.
Yeah, and next week it's going to be me versus Josh Dunn. I don't know how good he is on road courses, but it'll be interesting. Hopefully him and Ethier still have a little bit of a spat carrying over from tonight, and that'll help me out.
Well, we'll see you next week at Watkins Glen there, Casey. Let's see if you go 3 in a row.
Hopefully I can. It worked for Christopher Bell in real life, so hopefully I can make it 3 for 3 here after my expedition at Pocono with a keyboard and mouse, but we'll talk about that another day.
All right, sounds good, Casey. You have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Cinderella Man, do you have a copy?
I'm here. What's going on?
Well, I had to get you in for an interview, Nick. I mean, you went from the number 16 seed taking out the number 1 seed, and you're advancing in the TI race in Season 12 Madness.
Let the madness begin, buddy. How about that? Kyle, I think, ran out of gas coming into the pits, and I was dead last in practice. Didn't really think I had a shot. I got into practice with about 9 minutes to go. Was trying to get the feel for the car and just inched my way up through the field the whole race and came out squeaking with the top 10, and that's why we call it March Madness, baby. Just a solo driver out here getting a little top 10 and beating the number 1 seed. They're going to start calling me Cinderella Man, I think.
I think you're gonna have to go by it from now on. I mean, let's see if you can keep this rolling through the next week. And I mean, we know if we get you to Talladega, that there's a good chance that you can make it through Talladega and make it to the finals.
You get me in Dagobah, anything's possible at that point. I think Watkins Glen will be a tough task for me. I'm not much of a road course racer, but you know, you never know. Daniel could blow a tire, get in an early wreck, and I just putt around and keep it going. I love this. I'm basically the number one seed now after Kyle's troubles, and like I said, no teammates, no nothing. I'm just here trying to go week by week, so it makes it more interesting. I'll door somebody to keep advancing. I don't care. We ain't got nothing to lose.
I was saying, Nick, if I was you, I'd be practicing Watkins Glen for the next few days, just getting ready and getting amped up for this.
I'm excited, man. I'm just happy to be here. I appreciate Lewis for bringing the league back. I was a little bored. I appreciate you for broadcasting it, and you know, I'm only part of these two leagues. That's the only time I get on the sim nowadays is Monday and Tuesday nights. And throw a little shout out to ASCAR. We're part of that on Tuesday nights. I appreciate you bringing me into that league. Um, it's a fun time racing with everybody, especially in this league. Since I guess how long we've been doing it now for, Bo? How many seasons is this? And I think I got on in the third or fourth season, so it's been
Yeah.
quite a ride.
Yeah, I think I've been joining around the same time as you, Nick, and yeah, tomorrow night we kick off ASCAR.
I know I'm excited, man. Like I said, man, I love that league and I love TI. TI is where it all started for me, and now I'm part of that ASCAR league. So it's great racing with people. I learned a lot. I was actually looking at the talent we have in both those leagues, and you know, just as a person who does it every once in a while, you learn a lot from watching these guys like Kyle and Casey, and just the way they run. I mean, and Logan, they're all excellent at it, so it makes it fun to learn something. So I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate you interviewing me, man. Not many times I get to get interviewed, so it'll be fun. I'll see how it goes next week.
Hey, Nick, go ahead and give a shout out to all your sponsors.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you got any legal troubles in the state of South Carolina, please give us a call at Query Solder and Eurekio. We do it all. We're a one-stop legal shop. If we can't help you, we'll find somebody that can. That phone number is 843-795-9500. I might not be fast, but I'm good at the legal. So please hit us up if you need anything. And I appreciate your time, boss.
Hell yeah. Way to go, Nick. Congratulations on moving to the next round.
Thank you. See you next week.
Hey, I do. What's up?
Well, just so you know that I wasn't going to let you get out of here without an interview tonight. Can you explain to me, what the hell happened?
Yeah, I tried to follow Rosenberg into the pits there and was racing him onto the pits, and then forgot I qualified like dog shit and had an early pit stall, and forgot I had my tires checked. So I went into the pit box and saw my dudes hop over the wall and said, "Oh hell no," and drove through. Then we ran out of gas coming back, and I stopped short in the box. The ignition thing didn't get me enough, so I had to tow. So yeah, I mean, to finish 12th after that is pretty good, I guess. But that is what happened.
Yeah, I saw that you had to jump to the pits, and I was just like, well, he's screwed.
Yeah, I needed a caution, and shocking to the TI narrative, it's been a calm season. Just one caution in 2 races, so I didn't get what I needed. Chris didn't rig it for me tonight, which is disappointing. But still got 12th, so I mean, I guess I'll take it. I'm out of the March Madness bracket, so I guess I don't have to worry about that. Just focus on the points.
Yeah,
I should still have
you
the lead,
busted my
so.
bracket.
Yeah, I think I busted a lot of brackets.
I mean, I should have filled out one and took the upset special, which I took the upset special for Dalton Wilson, but he didn't come through for me. And then
did
you not coming through, that just, yeah, my bracket's busted. I'm pretty upset. I mean, I'm not mad, but definitely thrilled about it. Yeah. So now that you're out of the bracket, who's your call?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Logan is also out. He's not going to be there next week. So I'm going to have to go with Casey. I think you can't go wrong with Casey. I think if he doesn't win, it would be an upset. So, yeah, I think Casey's going to win. It ain't going to be the 7 car. That's for sure.
Okay. I don't know what that's about, but you
Oh,
want to
you know,
explain?
yeah, we might as well go into. Yeah, I mean, he was all over the radio tonight with everybody, and he was on old tires and just slid up in front of me as I was passing him on new tires, and got mad at me for not giving him the whole racetrack, I guess. So I guess he owns the racetrack. I don't know. Everybody seems to race him hard apparently because he must have said everybody's name on the radio tonight at least once. So I don't know. I just know he's not gonna. He's not gonna win that thing. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. All right. I didn't expect this one. Cal
Yeah,
Ether,
no, I
Cal
mean,
Ether
you
calling
know,
his shot.
we do love to do that, especially in TI. But no, it won't be me that does it. You know, I could have wrecked him tonight when he did that, and I didn't. Probably would have given me a chance to get back on the lead lap, but I didn't. I let him go, and he still got mad. And so, if he wants to race like that, that's how we'll race.
Okay. The hate car, Cal Ether. All right, that's some words I wasn't expecting tonight. He's calling for Casey Carrington to take down the TI Madness.
Oh yeah. Like I said, unfortunately too, me and Logan ain't gonna be there next week. So yeah, I mean, I think Ti is out. I don't know. I mean, I think Logan was the only one who moved on. So that's a shame for us.
It's a real heartbreaker.
It sure is. It sure is.
All right,
I
Cal,
will
you
say
got.
though, the beautiful Wild Horse Designs Nissan for Irish Night tonight. I didn't get to show it off like I wanted to for you, but you did a great job as always.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Cal.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow night in NASCAR, Cal.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I assume it must be Daytona because that's where we are every week.
You know it, buddy. All right, let's go over the brackets for the rest of the week, or for the rest of the season here. Going into next week at Watkins Glen, we got Nick Riccio against Daniel Giroux. Mitchell Mark and Craig Martin facing off. Dylan Rosenberg and Logan Hamilton. Well, Logan's not going to be there, so Dylan will be moving on to Talladega. Dylan's already in the semis. Will he be facing Casey Carrington or the 7 of Josh Dunn? We shall see. We'll see everybody next month.